Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 14 of Mega Man 04. And just as I was about to take a break, unfortunately there ain't no rest for the wicked. Remember, Craft is still on the loose, and the last we seen of him was in prison. So now, it turns out things are going bad in Neo Arcadia. Well, scratch bad, it's terrible. And how is things turning out terrible? Real simple. Turns out the 8 warriors was nothing more than a diversion for the real threat. A giant spaceship with a fuck you laser. Yeah, that is Weil's original plan, to pretty much annihilate everything and everyone who does not obey Neo Arcadia with that gigantic ship. Now, little does Weil know that even though he named the ship after the epic, which would be practically the end of the world in Norse mythology, he doesn't know how that epic ends. It ends in a draw. Everybody dies, and it's a great reset. Funnily enough, the great reset for Mega Man 04 just so happens to be Mega Man ZX. But that's not the point. Point of the matter is, this guy pretty much had attacks on Area 0, so that way no one would know that he would be doing this. Vintage Weil, he just pretty much played us all like fools from the very first game all the way until now. This man is a sick human being. And oh god, it would be glorious to end him. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait for the finale for that. And speaking of ending, maybe we won't have to. Because Craft finally has a change of heart. He decides to finally stop working for Dr. Weil and is using Ragnarok's cannon. In fact, he may just save humanity. And now that he's in control of Ragnarok, oh wait a minute, he's in control of Ragnarok. And he went full Neo Arcadian. Oh no. And he's pointed the thing at Neo Arcadia. Oh sweet mother of God, we all know what this means. He's gone full Neo Arcadian and all of Neo Arcadia is doomed. By the way, in the manga of Mega Man 04, Leviathan, Fenrir, and Harpuya are still alive evacuating people because of Weil's tyranny. Because Weil practically had them fired as of Mega Man 03. Here, they're not here. The only people who are in the area is in fact all of the resistance fighters that we saved from the first game that somehow did not die in Operation Righteous Strike. So with that said, he's about to attack Neo Arcadia, and we're gonna have to stop Craft from doing something completely stupid. Even though there are literal Reploids in the area, as well as humans. And as a matter of fact, this is about to be akin to Independence Day. Now, guess what we're about to have to do? Go into Ragnarok and stop this guy. And thus is the start for the final 4 levels of the Zero series. No, I'm not kidding. There isn't another Zero game because Capcom hasn't milked this franchise just yet. So, with that said, we're going to automatically be transported over to Craft's location. And by the way, this is not an introduction stage. This is actually the start of Ragnarok. There's 4 stages in all, and this is the end game, folks. The beginning of end game. So, we start off with Ragnarok Stage 1. And I gotta hand it to KJF for that. This is actually one of the best themes in the game. However, this stage is pretty hard. Without the right setup, that is. I mean, there are some people that actually can make this without any of the chips or any of the elves, but I'm not one of those people. It's been a while since I've played this game, and the rust is going to show. It is going to seriously show. But I am using double jump to traverse the area without any problem because, well, I can. And let's be honest, there is a lot of spikes in this last area, well, in the last area of this level. And needless to say, having strong on hand is a good idea, otherwise you will die. Now, in case anybody's wondering, for anybody who just joined this playthrough, wondering why is it that I'm taking no damage, or at least minimum damage from spikes, it's because of the fact I have strong level 1, and I had that done right before I prepared for, oh god damn it, I did not mean to do that. Shit. Thankfully we haven't gone too far from the checkpoint. But as I was saying, in case anybody is wondering, why is it that I have the strong, right before I face off against Soul Titanian, I went there and put the strong chip on there so I could actually take less damage from her god-awful stage. Oh, and I'm also using strong to pretty much break this stage in half. Oh, by the way, in case you're probably wondering, I also have a max level elf. Well, max level animal elf ability, so there you go. And yeah, I practically maxed out the elf to the point where all I have to do is cycle through levels and we'll be just fine. Now then, there are going to be areas where you're going to have to... Oh god, this was not my intention. I thought I made the platform and I didn't. Let's try it again. That was embarrassing. Because unlike the last one, I went a little bit further from the checkpoint. But you will see some madcap skills, which you can only do if you have the strong chip. And by the way, if you also have an casual scenario mode. I don't. Because I have died from spikes and I did die from crushing. Oh wait, yeah, crushing actually will still kill you regardless. But I have died from spikes instantly up until I got the strong, and now that yeah, you just saw that shit. I just no-selled the goddamn spikes, and I'm practically just turned the platforming section into, well, something completely easy. And with that said, we're now at Craft. It's time to put a stop to his madness once and for all. But before we do, let's load up and prepare ourselves. Because Craft is not pulling any punches. Speaking of which... Oh shit! He's just destroyed Neo Arcadia! Aw, he done went full Neo Arcadian. Lord have mercy on our souls. We gotta get that man out of that seat now. And I mean now. And unfortunately, due to the explosion, the communication link is broken up, and unfortunately we're going to have to deal with Craft first before we can contact CL about what happened. But nonetheless, Craft just killed a good number of people trying to kill Weil in the process. Yeah, we were after Weil, unfortunately, but see, here's the thing. You're in control of the fuck you laser. We cannot have you constantly spamming that, eventually killing people. Excuse me 1 second, damn asthma. Damn asthma. Anyway, while this guy is constantly delusionally trying to justify the fact that he just killed Reploids and humans alike, we're gonna have to get ready to lay the smacketh down on his candy ass. Now, Craft is coming back with all of his moves, yeah. The laser that he did was one of the moves that he was supposed to do. However, here's the thing. Craft is a little bit easier because of the D rank, but normally he would just spam the laser and also his EX move when he's about to die. His EX move is him jumping in midair, firing shoulder missiles, and they just barrage in certain areas, and Zero's got to avoid them. And by the way, they really, really hurt. Oh, and the cluster bomb's an EX move too. Too bad you don't learn it. But whatever the case, we just took down Craft, and that should stop Ragnarok. Hence the keyword should. Ironically enough, I was 1 point away from being, for making the clear time. But whatever the case, we're only Reploids designed for war. Every time he always says that. It's not our place to change the world. That's up to the humans like Ciel and Nage and Dr. Weil. As Reploids, we can only lend strength to those we trust. Trust? And just who should we be trusting? The humans that do nothing while their world falls apart? The humans that fear us, their own creations? Or the humans that try to conquer the world? We fight each other for them. This world screams out in pain under them. Why should I trust anyone? How can you trust them? How can you fight? I made a promise to a friend I intend to keep. Oh, that's a reminder of X. To someone who believed harmony between humans and Reploids were possible. X almost every X game. Why must Reploids fight? I trust that friend. And I trust the humans that friend trusts. I see. I couldn't even bring myself to trust Nage. Even though she's always told the truth. Ah! Craft! Yep, he's about to die. Leave my body here. I can no longer face Nage. I don't want to cause her to suffer anymore. I will do as you asked. Zero. The humans, the Reploids, the world, and Nage watch over them. Well, that's it. I mean, there could have been a way for Craft to be a better person, but I think violence was the only way he knows. But still doesn't give him an excuse for wiping out a good number of people in Neo Arcadia just to get the Weil. You want to know what the worst part about this is? We still got 3 more levels to go, so you want to know what's about to happen? Optimism! That's right, optimism. Because here we thought that we stopped Ragnarok. Oh, we thought wrong. There's still a certain someone on the loose. Oh look, I even got an achievement for that. Hey look, there's Kober. I remember you. I had to save you from Harpuya. Yeah, fun times. And now, he went from being almost cannon fodder to Harpuya to saving a bunch of Reploids and humans from mass destruction. He has grown so much. Oh yeah, and he's the guy that got shot in the first episode of Mega Man 01. Almost forgot about that. But that hole in the ground that was made by Ragnarok, oh, it's gonna actually have some bearing later on down the line. And by later on down the line, I mean in Mega Man ZX. So, with that said, CL optimistically thinks that the crisis was averted and that everything was just fine. Oh, little Miss CL, how you are so wrong. And Zero was about to say that Nage may have been right about Reploids being no different from Weil. However, here's the thing. They had no choice but to fight Weil. And, again, optimism. All because Dr. Weil wanted to take over the world. And what do you know? He fires again! But that ain't even the worst of it, folks. Yes, that's Dr. Weil. Who else could it possibly be? Not only is Ragnarok still operational, I mean, Weil was literally on Ragnarok. He was in the core hiding away. But one thing's for sure, we can't go back to Ragnarok this time around. Craft may have been there to have Zero to stop him, which is what he intentionally wanted him to do. But at the exact same time, Weil made it to where Zero will never be able to get on there again unless Zero has to go through certain channels to get there. And that's basically what the last 3 areas is. Well, the last 2 areas is to get to him. The last area is to face off against him in Ragnarok. However, we have to work against the clock here. Not technically until the end of the game, but we have to literally go on to Ragnarok, find a way there, and stop it from crash landing into Area 0. As Area 0 is going to be, once again, the site of another crash. So, with that said, Nage gave us coordinates that we may be able to use to go to the teleporter to get us onto Ragnarok. And that's exactly what we're going to be having to do in the next episode of Mega Man 04. And here's how I'm going to handle the last 3 episodes. Next week will be the last 3 episodes of the Mega Man 0 series, as I'm going to deal with 15, 16, and 17 all next week, starting Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's how I'm going to handle that. Cyberpunk for that week only will be reduced to 2 days, and then afterwards, I'll just have all Cyberpunk the following week. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time as I end the 0 series. This is RVman985. Peace out.